What are some things that you can do for yourself when you're struggling? When you're having a hard time staying present with yourself? Maybe your distress is motivating you to escape in some way, whether that's through substance, addictions of some sort, even spending, shopping, um, anything that is a distraction. Maybe we can start with that. What are you doing? If you're connecting in right now, there's a high likelihood that you are finding yourself in some type of conflict or um, opportunity for change that maybe you are having some resistance to, some difficulty with. So call that up. Call whatever's going on in your life that is presenting some opportunity for change, which then presents some problem, some stress, or some unknown, some lack of clarity. Okay? Now, as you call that forward, next, what I want you to do is ask yourself, what is your way of coping with that? What do you typically do as that comes forward, or as you get presented or confronted with it? Maybe the coping response is deflection. Maybe it's denial. Sometimes, you know what? Denial and deflection is actually worse than if you go out and engage in some behavior that maybe is no good. It's just a distraction, because denial and deflection usually affect your relationships in horrible ways, like right away, because the weight. Because someone on the outside looking in at you can see usually with some clarity. And if you were doing something that or there's a problem that's pretty crystal clear, and you are denying it and then often blaming that other person for it, like, whoo, that raises some serious hostility and can isolate you even more. So it makes whatever you're doing even worse. So let's bring up, what are you doing that is complicating your situation? Okay? Hopefully it's pretty clear to you. If it's not, though, I would spend a little bit of time like connecting with yourself. Spend some time outside during the fall as the leaves are falling. It's actually a good vibe to be able to connect with parts of yourself that are trying to release. I mean, that's what fall is about, right? The falling of the leaves, the falling off, the letting go, the dying off. Or if you have a trusted friend, someone that you know that you can sit down and have an honest conversation with. But if you do know, now that that's called forward, what are some things that you could do that would help you assess that a little bit more? The first thing is just bringing it to your awareness. If you can bring this to your awareness every day in a non-shameful way, just in a matter of fact, this is what's going on. It's destructive in some way. It's something that, I'm about ready to burp. So burping to me is fear. It's something that you're afraid of letting go for some reason. Just allow yourself to actually feel that. Connect with that. Don't deny it. Don't reject your feelings about it. Just allow yourself to connect with the truth of what you're experiencing without judging your personality or your character. But you can definitely judge the fact that maybe you don't wish to have that experience anymore. And just allow yourself to feel that. Because often when we get ourselves in these frames of going round and round and round with things that we know are not helpful and are not working for us, it's because we don't allow ourselves to really feel. We don't let the truth settle into us because we're afraid. And we're afraid of the judgment. And often we're afraid of what other people are going to say about us, but that's just because we are afraid of what we would say to us. So sometimes it's easier to blame others for talking bad about ourselves when in truth they're probably just being the stand-in to talk bad about us because we would be talking bad about ourselves. I'm going to get away from that lamp. It's reflecting in my eyeball. It's a matter of projection. When it's too bright, maybe when we open ourselves up to the truth, that can seem to be too much. It's too bright and we shut down. Because we're not maybe experienced in being able to take honest looks at ourselves, because maybe we grew up in circumstances that judgment was pretty harsh, and so we learned to deflect it in some way. So again, you know what? There's a billion reasons as to why you may be doing what you're doing, and honestly, at the end of the day, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. So what matters is, well, ask yourself that. What matters? What matters to you about that? And you answer that. I don't need to tell you that. And who am I to tell you that? But as you sit and allow yourself to feel it, the next step is just considering what it might be like if you chose to not do whatever is causing you problems and chose to approach whatever the conflict is in a different way. What might that look like? What might that feel like? What might the outcome be? Just allow yourself to experience those thoughts. Because when you're doing that, you're opening yourself up to possibilities, even if you never chose to do any of those things. You gave yourself an opportunity to pause, to not just go on reaction, to pause, and to maybe do something different. So that's the first step. The first step of being able to get in at a problematic behavior. That's really just the product. It's just the side effect of what the actual conflict really is. I mean, that's the addiction is a side effect of whatever the real problem is. The real problem is, what is it? What is the real problem for you? Spend a little time connecting with yourself, asking yourself these questions. Oh, and call yourself out in the third party. Like, Jessica, get it together. When the studies suggest that when you call yourself out by name, you come from a perspective of hearing that helps you be more observant of yourself. You compartmentalize. I'll talk about that maybe in the next video, but I hope you have a beautiful night. Give yourself a moment to breathe, a pat on the back. You're all right, and I love you.